Merry Christmas, puppets, or Happy Holidays, whatever you're going with. And today on this evilly joyful event, we're going to have a 3-video collage, with the last being a surprise. It's a cyber gift. You have to unwrap it. Yeah. Number 10. 3 Christmas trees. The mongrels that lurk deep within the sheetrock and insulation think that 3 Christmas trees is necessary. They believe that it stands for mocking the Holy Trinity, and also, did you know that Christmas trees were stolen from the pagans? Witches, you know? Ha! Didn't think you were going to learn something special like that, did you? Yeah. Number 9. Hanging chains. The Pastas believe that if they hang chains from the ceiling, it will keep away angels from Christ's birth coming into the mansion. You know, I like their traditions. More and more now. Number 8. Human cookies. At your Christmas party, you might have little Santa cookies with rosy cheeks. In the mansion, you have a little spongy flesh cookie made from rosy cheeks of a dead 30-year-old. The main cook of the house will go out in advance to find the perfect meat to make a perfect feast fit for Ted Bundy. Number 7. Instead of the little Christmas lights, the Pastas tend to use something more bold and bright, spotlights. They tweak them to be red and green to frame the mansion's enormous size. Imagine what they do on 4th of July. Number 6. Some people would tell a Christmas story or how mistletoe came to be. But at the mansion, it's much different. They tell stories of how the humans are the Grinch and the Pastas, they're the escapade and the heroine. Yeah, I said it. Heroine. He. And how they saved Christmas by killing them with a holly sword. Yeah, I've heard that one a few million times from LJ. Number 5. In the mansion, one of their traditions is to tell the children of the home of how Santa Claus is a bad thing, and that he caters only to human children, and that, if he catches a pasta child, he will disembowel them and shove coal in their intestines. You know, I can somehow believe that. I mean, he can't just be fat. He has to shove all that damn coal somewhere. Number 4. Really? The whole reason why Pastas even celebrate Christmas is for 2 reasons. 1, believe it or not, it is not originally a Christian holiday. Druidic pagans in ancient Ireland gave gifts at the first snowfall, and Vikings put up what we know now is a Christmas tree. And the second reason is the children of the mansion, such as Sally Williams and Charlie Matheson. They are just 2 of the many that gives them the reason to celebrate it. Number 3. The mansion and its inhabitants is famous for many reasons, and one of the reasons is their huge Christmas parties. Everyone from humans to Pastas join them. They give gifts, eat good food, play games, and dance to music. Of course, these parties are so large that some people can even see them and hear them from at least 5 miles away. I guess they brought Bourbon Street to their homes late. Number 2. Human reefs. Besides the many decorations, they also improvise with their reefs. They will take human limbs and contort them into a circle and just throw some holly jolly whatever on top. God, sounds like my house. Number 1. Like I said earlier, they think Santa Claus is a bad thing, but they actually have their own version, Slender Claus. Yes, you heard me right. For the kids in the mansion who will never age, they have to improvise and give them something to believe in. The Slender Brothers will take turns on who will dress up to surprise the children on the joyful occasion. However, as you can imagine how awkward it would be to have a skinny Santa Claus running around, they actually take everything from sandbags to trash can tops and stuff the red and white suits with them. Because he sees you when you're sleeping, he knows and kills when you're awake. So be evil for terrible sake, 'cause Slender Claus is coming to town. Number 10. Ben drowned. Yes, dear old Benny loves to kill near Christmas. He actually strikes mostly on Black Friday for a good reason. His game, Majora's Mask, is loved worldwide and is bought especially on that day. So, good thinking, Benny boy. Number 9. Zero. Yes, my look-alike loves to kill during Christmas. She finds that people are much more vulnerable and susceptible. She will actually disguise herself to be a mall clerk and lead the victims elsewhere and kill them. Ha! Number 8. Charlie Matheson. The game Slender the Arrival had quite a lot of truth to it. When I lived there, everyone talked about the murder mansion and the Mathesons. But getting back to the point, Charlie will actually hide himself in churches during Christmas events and pick people off he doesn't care for. Wait. People in a church? Picking people off he doesn't like? I'd go for everyone in a church. Damn hell. Number 7. Along with Charlie, Sally Williams also kills during Christmas. She'll act like she is in distress and get perverted old men to come and try to get her, and then she'll strike. See, murderers have a purpose. Number 6. Though his other favorite occasion is Valentine's Day, Sexual Offenderman loves Christmas. He'll hang out in bars and lounges during the holidays so that the lonely men and women will eventually try and spend Christmas with a rape train with no brakes. Yeah. Number 5. Maskey is a bit like Jane. He's kind of a dick. Yep. Nasty, wrinkly, gangrene dick. So, yeah. He does strike during Christmas, and often it's single mothers. Why? I don't fucking know, but he just does. Some claim the reason is because his mother was murdered, but there is certainly no evidence to back that up to par. Sorry, Timmy, but no false stuff can be uploaded to my channel. Sorry. Number 4. The salesman is from Tokyo and really enjoys Christmas in America. I mean, I think I'd be pretty depressed if you had to make a reservation at KFC for a Christmas dinner. I mean, ouch. The salesman does the same as Ben does. He pulls the cyber strings when it comes to killing, but he loves to kill people at Christmas. He says, "Watashi wa shiawase na sekai bi asaru," which is a direct sentence pointing to the salesman being a serious Scrooge. Number 3. Everett is obscure and unknown, but they do have a point. Everett is transgender and will attack heterosexual people just for shits and giggles. Everett, however, comes from Sweden, and they get teased a lot in the world for being a killer only at Christmas. They normally say this to those who oppose them. Julenar den tid adorda dem merdade hajda. Whew! God damn, that would have been easier to say bah humbug than just... oh god, never mind. Number 2. The Rake. He likes to attack during Christmas because that's the only time he can actually wear a sparkly hat and not be made fun of for it. No, just kidding. He'll bury himself in heavy snow and ambush passerbys. Can you imagine? Seriously, can you imagine that? Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we got no place to go, let it... oh god, it's eating my legs! Number 1. Laughing Jack should be no surprise, considering he brings all the little boys and girls what they want. A trip to purgatory! Wait, you kids didn't want that. Well, you're gonna get it, because Laughing Jack's coming to town. Okay, that's enough. He loves to strike during Christmas and actually does something very sneaky. He'll actually slip in through the window or a traditional chimney and greet the child with a smile and a sharp-clawed hand. That will end up giving him, bowel surgery. Thank you to those who have made it this far into my Christmas video, and your Christmas gift from Puppet Strings will be coming up shortly. But first I need to give you all a special message. My Christmas gift this year was gotten early. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, never did I ever think that I would be so lucky to even get over 100. And I did. Some people, and actually most of my exes, told me I wouldn't amount to shit on YouTube. That's their words, not mine. And all the puppets supported me with everything that I put out. I want to say Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays and have a Happy New Year. Here's your gift from Puppet Strings. Enjoy. Number 15. New evidence suggests that Slenderman's real name is Charles Edward Lucius Matheson. His human height is 6'4", and his slender height is 14'6". at the smallest of accounts. Evidence of his age is incredible. Some legends of him go back before Adam and Eve, because he doesn't like apples. Actually, it was a pomegranate, but who's counting? Number 14. Speaking of age, he never will. His years may turn over, but like most pastas, his age freezes. And even in human form, there will never be a wrinkle formed. What's your secret, Charles? L'Oreal, because you're not worth it. Number 13. Slenderman identifies as male, but is actually both genders. Due to what he is actually by blood, which I'll get into later, he shares both gender blood and can transform into one or the other at any time. Wow, Slender Jenner, you're looking fine! Number 12. Slender hasn't actually worn a suit. Always. Never. Believe it or not, for a while he ran around with nothing on. But when the Greeks started roaming around, he wore a black silk overcoat. Well, drapery. Something that you would put over a window. Yeah, something like that. Which most people took as bad luck because it was black and everybody back then were so freaking just weird and paranoid. From a span of 1289 AD to 1697 AD, he wore a red chesame and a black overcoat with leather and iron greaves. And finally, in the late 1800s, he wore a primitive version of a suit, and as the time started shifting, he rolled with them, and has never given up his black suit with a red tie up for nothing. Number 11. Slender has a high concentration of radiation in his body. When people get too close to him with electronics, and they go static, that is because the radiation in his body is melting the device from the inside out, thus causing the glitches. Catching a real photo of him is like finding Ben in the ocean. Not gonna happen without some serious skill. Number 10. Speaking of radiation, that is also the reason for slender sickness. This has been debated over the years, but more and more witnesses that get slender sickness do not survive, and even if they do, they suffer from cancer and pass away later. This is signs of radiation. There was a story that happened in 2003 where they found a piece of black cloth in the park of Oakside in Coleman, Alabama. The cloth had a strange shine to it and was actually quarantined by the government. Once it was tested, it had the same effects as the elephant foot in Chernobyl. Dizziness, vomiting, diarrhea, hemorrhaging, all the side effects of slender sickness. Or a chest cold. Yeah, a shitty chest cold. That could be too. Number 9. Though he's famous for it, he doesn't just kill kids. If provoked, he will be aggressive to anyone that pushes him to an edge. Number 8. Part of the reason why so many people believe he doesn't exist is that Slender makes it so. He has connections to police departments and government officials. They will deny his evidence to the public for a reason, including the internet, who carries on the same tradition. He gives them the right price for his incognito rate, which can be a good and a bad thing, but mostly a bad thing, because think about it. Who are you? I am Slenderman. No, he doesn't exist. Oh shit, child. Really? Number 7. Limbo. Limbo is a type of frame of mind that all pastas have, but Slender's is a bit different. Limbo is a type of affliction that the pastas get when they become so angry and bloodthirsty, they become a different person. Uncontrollable, in fact. Slender's curse of being faceless is actually cured during limbo. Soulless eyes and a sharp, jagged mouth is torn from under his skin, which is great for the kids. Number 6. Slender buries himself in work, but besides being forced to work, he also has impeccable sadness. Some say it's because he knows humans will never accept him, or that he cannot find someone that will love him. Most of all these theories are actually right, but Slender is trying his best, and he feels as if he's gone too deep with some things. Who could blame him? Number 5. Though there is no exact evidence to support this, there is a witness account of a possible weakness Slender may have. Humanity has been trying to slay him since the beginning of time, but there is a story that surfaced from a couple unknown sources. Since he has radiation that is rooted into his body, some think that he could be defeated with the same type of gamma rays that would pulsate through his body and explode his vital organs. However, some say they have tried such an experiment and it didn't even faze him. Well, maybe that's all the hatred for the Jeff X Slender Hardyow. Number 4. Despite all the stories you have heard, Slenderman could and has been a child's best friend many times before. He has aided them even into adulthood. This may not be a common occurrence, but it is also not uncommon either. Kind of like a best friends forever until I kill you. Then, death do us part and all that other junk. Number 3. In the mansion, Slender is the head of everything. He is responsible for scheduling kills, keeping the evidence under lock and key, repairing the mansion, and bringing in new family members. His partner is his daughter Elizabeth, whom is almost like a secretary but does give commands herself. Pastas will only answer to those two because everyone else is just highly ignored because of their authority. Because. Yeah, because. That's it. Next fact. Number 2. The problem on everyone's mind is probably, but puppet strings, what about the Slenderman stabbing? Well, it's time to go into detail. Those girls tried to summon Slenderman and no doubt a ritual from the internet so they could become his proxies. Let me go down the list for this. Number 1. There is only one way to summon Slenderman and it's not even available to the public nor the human race. Number 2. Slender picks whoever he will pick to become his proxies. There's no two ways about it. Slender's exact thoughts on this stabbing is that he is terribly disappointed in the human race for going so far to prove their mental foolishness. I have to say, I agree with him. He does have a point. Number 1. For many years, not only his existence was questioned, but if people got over that and did believe he was real, here's the next question. What is he exactly? He's not a potato before you say it. I have a history with potatoes. Trust me. Well, puppets, I will release a story that may shock some of you. I will not release whom gave me this story, as I am under oath to keep it confidential, and I will please ask all of you to have respect and not ask me where I got it. I say this because the official that did give me the story is very trustworthy. Thank you. When God commanded Lucifer to destroy the human race, Lucifer resisted and stood up to God. That he will protect those whom were created. Lucifer was angry at God for trying to destroy his own special creation. For his disobedience, God casted out Lucifer. And when he fell to the underworld, he rose his legion, but something else with him. Arose Barziflug, the brother to Satan. Barziflug rose other brothers with him. Barziflug was the embodiment of God's own sins and blood of the innocent that he was going to comply. So, puppets, that would mean this. Slenderman, as we know today, is the brother of Satan, like Beelzebub, Leviathan, and of the like. I hope you puppets enjoyed this video. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Be looking forward to have another freaking year on YouTube. Maybe you can join me. Who knows? I don't know. I'll be here all night. Probably not all night, but yeah. Okay.